Boyks, the rat was horny. You got what you wanted.
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Welcome to Rough Cuts.
Dogs, they're coming. They're coming your way. They'll be here soon.
Poggers!
Hi, I'm your host Ilian, and this is my co-host Boyks, who
Hello.
woke me up this morning and said, "Get in, you fucking loser! We're watching Chuck E. Cheese in the Galaxy 5000." And I went, "No, we aren't." And you went, "No, but the rat's horny." And I went, "This is not selling me." And then you were playing Chuck E. Cheese in the Galaxy 5000 because you already had it fired up, and I had to sit here and rub my temples and go, "Why the fuck are we watching Chuck E. Cheese in the Galaxy 5000? And the answer is the rat was horny, but I don't know why that's the answer. Boyks, could you explain why this is the answer?
It's because...
Uh-huh.
it's because the rat's horny.
The rat was horny. I can confirm. I will say, you were not wrong. The rat was horny.
This might be the greatest piece of anime we've watched on the podcast.
There were also 3 other horny animals, and like a horny human that wanted to fuck all the animals, and then 2 horny Germans who wanted to, I don't know, get buff.
They just wanted to get really high. Yeah.
That's true. They did want to hotbox their car a lot.
And they also wanted to run a train on that chicken.
Well, the chicken wanted them to run a train on her, to be fair.
It was mutual. It was mutual.
Yeah. And then the human wanted a train run on her by the dog and the rat, who was horny. And That's
Welcome
Chuck
to
E.
Chuck E.
Cheese in the
Cheese,
Galaxy
kids.
5000.
Yeah. Welcome to Chuck E. Cheese.
Hey, look at the pretty chickie.
Yeah. Hey, chickie. How would you like to roost at our pod?
This is a movie that's aimed at like 6-year-olds, but has constant drug and sex references that just
Yeah, it sure does.
really add to the lore of
man.
Chuck E. Cheese in the Galaxy 5000. So what is Chuck E. Cheese in the Galaxy 5000, you might ask?
Yeah, it's
an
anime
anime
distributed by Funimation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, one of the live-action adaptations of animes. It's like,
you
know, one of the original ones they changed like that.
It has voice actors from a ton of anime, like Sabat, Christopher Sabat, the
Chris
Vegeta
Sabat
Piccolo voice.
Vegeta, Piccolo, about like 1,000 other voices in 1,000 different animes.
The Boa Hancock voice actress from the One Piece anime, like the 4Kids version.
Yeah.
Yep. What a masterpiece of cinema that we have just watched this day. I don't know what I expected from Chuck E. Cheese in the Galaxy 5000, but art was not one of them, and yet here we are. Art has been created on this day. Our ancestors will look back on this film and study it for what not to do. And they'll be incorrect. Every film should be like Chuck E. Cheese in the Galaxy 5000.
And just in the nick of time, too. Munch took off his shoes.
Well, my feet is.
I kind of don't disagree. Mostly, they did a masterful job of a lot of things in this movie, to be honest. Mainly, runtime.
Yep.
They closed this thing out at a cool hour, and I am extremely grateful for that. Let me tell ya.
You'll be a little mad because I used the Wayback Machine to go onto the Showbiz Pizza website, which catalogs Chuck E. Cheese memorabilia.
Mm-hmm.
And that had it listed as 30 minutes for the runtime.
Oh, wow. That's some bullshit. This is 30 minutes is when you get to the race, which is the final race, the race to end all races, where they can get the farm. They lose, and then they had to go to the race that ends all races.
The final
so they can
race.
get $50,000 to get the farm. Yeah, the final race.
Which is a different race. Yeah.
But yeah,
Every race is the final race, really, if you think about it. It's the last one that happened.
I hate just what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Hey, a ravioli, a spaghetti, hey,
I'm
a Chuck E. Cheese.
so tired. Stop Pasqualeing me. Okay, why did Space... Oh god, there's Space Pasquale in this. Alright, so this movie is... This movie is a direct-to-video Chuck E. Cheese movie that was released inside of Chuck E. Cheese's for you to buy, I guess. I'm guessing that you win this with skee-ball tokens, right?
I don't know if it was a ticket thing. I think you bought it, like the...
No, you can't. They couldn't legally.
Is it a curse?
Somebody would have gone after them for criminal charges if you could pay for this.
I don't know about that. Yeah, I mean, you know. This is like when Burger King sold Sneak King in those Xbox games.
Yeah.
Right?
Did they sell that? Did they sell it, or was it just
you had to pay
free,
$5
though?
American dollars to get Sneak King. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Don't worry, the game's worth $4 American dollars now, so it was a good investment. Yeah. No, I think anybody who bought this movie and watched it as a child had their childhood ruined, and that is perfect. That is the American dream as a filmmaker.
Based on what we've seen, you're maybe not wrong. That does seem to be the goal of many children's filmmakers.
Yeah.
But a children's filmmaker? Whatever.
Like a director, producer, whatever. But
whatever.
The point is, like, it's funny that this was distributed by Funimation, of all things, and they got their voice actors in on it. Like, it's a huge anime production.
It is. Yeah, that part you're not wrong on. I just don't know why.
Well, it's because... Have you heard of Star Wars Episode 1? Do you remember Star Wars? You remember how cool the pod racing was? What about Obi-Wan? What if Obi-Wan was Scottish? And also an Italian pizza man?
And also Italian. What if he was Scottish, but also occasionally forgot he was Scottish? And just went back to, it's a mia pizza.
A pizza!
From the Highlands.
Oh, man, it's funny.
I mean, they do have a montage of him training up Chuck E. Cheese as Scottish Space Pasquale.
Sure does, yeah.
Which prominently features many traditional Scottish instruments, such as the xylophone and steel drums.
And steel drums, yeah, Scottish music.
You see, a flower never blooms before its stem is strong. A sapling doesn't grow great branches before it becomes a tree.
Traditional Scottish tunes.
I think it's important to get some background about Chuck E. Cheese before we get into the film itself. A little bit, because these are mascots from Chuck E. Cheese. But Chuck E. Cheese
are.
Chuck E. Cheese was originally a Showbiz Pizza Bear knockoff. Which animatronic, animals singing. And it's weird. Because Chuck E. Cheese was actually really adult-oriented.
No. It was weird?
Yeah.
Adult-oriented, you mean, like, for example, if a chicken were to drop a handkerchief and bend way over,
so you could look at the
two
chicken's
German
ass?
dudes could go like, ooh, and she'd go, I really like racers, and they'd be like, oh, we like to be with chickens, come to our roost, chickie.
Yeah, so that's important because in the original Chuck E. Cheese in the 70s, That's what it was. It was.
It was all key swaps and
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Chuck would sit on the wall in a portrait, and as you walked in, you sat down for your entertainment. Chuck would be like, "Hey, Toots, nice ass." He would smoke from a cigar. He'd be like, "Yeah, the best thing I love about dames is their giant bazungas," and then he would like smoke, and then all of his friends would be like, "Yeah, I love boobs," and drinking.
By now, it's probably no surprise to anybody that we got a birthday number coming up here.
Well, it's a surprise to me. I didn't even get a present.
Me neither, Big C.
That's because it's not your birthday, nitwit.
Oh, yeah!
Jeez, folks, I gotta tell you, it's a tough way to make a living.
Wait, is it?
That's real. That's what Chuck E. Cheese was.
Huh.
Yes. And then
The
at
next
some
logical
point,
step for Atari, I guess.
like at some point, the man who created Chuck E. Cheese was the creator of Atari, right? And he realized at some point that, oh God, I've made a speakeasy for children. What have I done? Because he had a robot bear with bouncing boobs.
Yeah, that's. So what he did is he doubled down and made this fucking softcore porn for kids.
This movie was made in the 90s, but it feels like it's in the transition period between when they were still trying to be adult entertainment and then transitioning to the super clean, squeaky clean Chuck E. Cheese that we know today. And it shows.
I've never.
Shows.
Okay, listen.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about Chuck E. Cheese necessarily, but anytime that I have thought of Chuck E. Cheese, I have never thought of cleanliness.
There's nothing clean about a Chuck E. Cheese. No.
Squeaky clean. Squeaky clean is never something that I have associated with the rat.
The reason you go to the Rat's pizza parlors to get into a fist fight with 50 other adults, which happens a lot in Chuck E. Cheese's, actually.
Yes.
So much so that it was a problem that they were calling the cops like 14 times within a month for fist fights.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
As these drunk adults were just going at it.
How sweet. A Toy Story cake, a shy smile, all his little friends and family gathered round. Then bang, it all kicks off. Can you hear Happy Birthday in the background? This happens, and not infrequently, bare-fisted brawling at kids' birthday parties at family restaurants. Type Chuck E. Cheese into YouTube and you can watch wide-eyed as multiple fights unfold. Cell phone footage of birthday parties gone very sour.
And this is the film. This is the context for this movie. It's a place where adults go to drink and talk about boobs.
God, okay, when you think of, like, this is the place that adults go to sit and have a few beers and let their kids... Like, this is for divorced dads.
This
is for divorced dads to get, like, in good with their kids while they can drink and just let the kids just play arcade machines. And so it's a weird mix of way too adult, but also, like, way too young.
It's Buffalo Wild Wings with a playground. Yes.
Yeah, with a McDonald's playpen attached. This is actually a perfect microcosm for this movie. Yeah, no, the more that you mention this is actually weirdly off-putting and horny, but also like way too young. Yeah.
We need to throw that idea that this is a children's film out of our head, because that is not what this is. And that's what's so fucked up about it.
This is the divorced drunk dad of kids' movies. Okay,
Yes.
I'm in.
Okay, so the movie starts with all the mascots from Chuck E. Cheese getting shaken down for money by a child. In a drug ring, essentially.
Yeah, they talk about what they could do to make $50,000 real fast.
Yep, they gotta make $50,000. Because the kids' uncle and aunt have a farm, and their tractor broke down, and they need $50,000 to fix that tractor.
He needed cash.
Oh, Moolah, why didn't you say so? Come on, gang, cough it up.
But I have a feeling that Charlie needs more than this.
You're right, the Chucky. Charlie, he need a $50,000
$50,000.
See, they're farmers. Their tractor's engine blew up and, like, it's harvest time. And they're in a terrible fix.
It's like
because my
harvest
dad says
time.
It would take $50,000 to buy a new tractor.
How are we going to get that kind of money?
What is this start for the reason for the money? Not they're gonna, like, lose their house. Not like, oh, I need to pay a hospital bill or, like, we need to fix our tractor on our farm.
Well, you see, the demographics said that we do really well in the Midwest. So, where a lot of drunk single parents are.
Oh,
and they have nothing better to do than drop their kids off at Chuck E. Cheese. So, we need to relate to the kids that are from farm towns.
Alright, yeah, no, alright, continue.
So, in our movie about pod racing for adults, we need to have the kid try to save the farm because the tractor's broken for $50,000. So the mascots start talking to each other. There's Jasper, the cowboy dog, Helen, the chicken, Chuck E. Cheese, of course, the rat,
and Mr. Munch, the fucking abomination.
Mr. Munch, who is basically their, like, cookie monster slash Grimace,
yes.
But with very stanky feet and farts and barfing and all the weird foot fetish stuff you can imagine.
Oh, hey, it's Vegeta.
Vegeta's foot fetish monster.
Okay.
And of course, Pasquale, the Italian. You could tell he's Italian.
It's
he talks about the ravioli.
Pasquale, hey laddies. Wait, no, that's when he goes to space. Sorry, I got a little space in my Pasquale there.
Yeah, Space Pasquale is Scottish for maybe a minute, but Pasquale is...
We'll get around to Space Pasquale.
It's a good ravioli that Space is Pasquale.
They're sitting in this Chuck E. Cheese. This kid walks up to the mascots and goes, hey, I need your money, all of it. And then they go, well, how about you could make money some other way? And Pasquale goes, yeah, I used to race on the rings of Orion in the Galaxy 5000 out in the edges of space. What the fuck are you talking about, Pasquale?
Well, Pasquale's like, yeah, there's a big racism going on down in
oh god, I had to make you go back a couple times because it was like, he's like, there's a big racism going on, and I'm like, what? Races are going on. Oh Jesus Christ, Pasquale, please don't put your accent on that. Wait, hold up.
Yeah.
What did he said something. Go back.
Pasquale, do you have any ideas on how we can come up with $50,000 for Charlie's aunt and uncle?
I'm glad you asked that question, Chucky. In a few days, a big races are gonna take place.
Okay.
Look.
I heard that as a big racism was gonna take place. Like,
there's a race war taking place.
Wait, hold up. I need...
See, if you pod race in space, you can get 30 kilar, which translates to $50,000 on the black market. Hey, I love the black market. Hey, lasagna.
He does say that. This is a line. But they just start making up a lot. They start really throwing out some, like, terms here at various points. Just the, like, we are going to Vega 3 to get the extra bingo speed when we can get the kilars so that we win the races in the sky.
Yep.
Okay, Pasquale.
And then Pasquale, high on ayahuasca, goes, let's go to the awesome adventure machine and teleport to space.
Let's go to the awesome adventure machine.
Oh.
So all the mascots get really high and then go to, I don't know, like the Power Rangers headquarters with Zordon.
No, this is way more low budget than that.
It's like a Simon Says board on the floor.
Yeah, it's just like a weird... It's like a big Twister, but like the spin part of Twister, it's like that, but big.
So
it's just a big spinny wheel.
They teleport to the pod racing in Star Wars Episode 1.
Yeah. As told by Reboot, because, boy, it sure is some 1999? Is this 99? God,
that feels old.
This
for
is like
how it looks. Yeah.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I'm like, that feels like. I mean,
99. Yeah, it is 99. What the fuck?
It's 99, and I mean, I would say that the CGI felt a little bit dated for 99, but also 99 CGI is like unbelievably bad, and then on top of that, everything else about this feels like it should be 89.
And it's CGI backgrounds, FMV foregrounds. So it's very much that FMV era that I am so in love with.
No, it is entirely an FMV game. It has very big, like, the Daedalus encounter vibes. Like, not a good FMV game where it's like kind of knowingly cheesy. It's not like the Command and Conquer FMV. It's serious, real FMV.
It's like Sewer Shark or
or
Lunacy or
oh god.
Lunacy's not FMV, but it might as well be. Anyway, that early 90s garbage in a 1999 movie is the point.
Year or two after Toy Story.
Yeah, correct. But they land on the pod racing planet, and they meet the pervert Germans that want to fuck everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Who get high and do we will pump you up with our muscles.
Yeah, in their, like, space crop tops. There's leather space crop tops.
It sure is, yeah.
I wish I was making that up.
So they threatened to punch Helen, the chicken, in the mouth because she calls them muscly dorks or whatever.
Something like, because she says they're bullies of some kind or something like that. Because they had tried to pick her up.
Yeah, because they wanted to fuck that chicken.
They wanted to fuck that chicken, as you do. Yeah.
Yep. So then Jasper the dog intercepts and is like, hey, stop harassing Helen, the chicken. And they're like, oh, you want to go, little dog? We will put you out to pasture like a cow. Or something.
He looks kind of like a cow. That dog is very spotted.
Yeah.
We have maximum celebrity status, coupled with ultimate physical strength. Yeah.
Oh, please. You buffed out buffoons can go jump in the lake for all I care.
What?
You heard me. You're a couple of buffed up buffoons.
Oh shit, Jasper's
Step
pissed.
aside, puppy.
Yeah, dog man, we have to teach this little chickie a lesson.
But you wouldn't hit a lady, would you?
Sure.
Yeah, a lady, a doggy, whatever.
Yeah. Who's going to stop us? You?
No, we would definitely hit her. We're
No,
awful.
yeah, we would hit her, we would stab her, we would shoot her with gun. Yeah.
We will crush her up, make her into a gas, and smoke her.
And smoke her to get high. Yeah.
Yeah, for the Zoom juice.
Hey, shut up about the Zoom juice.
I'm skipping ahead a little.
Shut up about the Zoom juice. So then they threaten to bop Chuck in his fucking rat nose.
Mm-hmm.
and Dr. Zoom, the evil Dr. Zoom, stops them.
Okay, it took me a long time to realize that this was Dr. Zoom when they started talking about it later. And I don't know why they started talking about it later, because I feel like they don't introduce Dr. Zoom as a character,
on
really.
set, yeah.
Well, but like they don't even mention how he's important or what he's doing or that he's related to these Germans until like another 25 minutes in.
Mm-hmm.
But Dr. Zoom also comes in and he's sipping a mint julep, walking with his cane, in his white suit and wide white hat. And he goes, "Ma, what's going on here? Are you trying to Kentucky fry that chicken?" I'm not. You
know what that reminds me? It reminds me of Karate Dog. That was the movie.
I love references to Karate Dog. If there's one thing I want to be reminded of, it's Karate Dog. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's the plantation owner KFC man from Karate Dog. Yeah, that's him.
Oh, there was one too. Wasn't
there? Absolutely was one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, he breaks it up. So then next, a hot lady in like a latex workout outfit from the 80s.
Like a mini skirt. Yeah. She's all sexied up for sure.
Yeah, so she starts laying on the sex moves with Chuck and Jasper. She's like, "Oh, I would love to get railed by both of you in a train." Oh.
And then she pulls out a handkerchief and she goes, "Oops," and throws it on the floor.
So that she can get a look at Chuck's ass. Yeah.
So that she can look at Chuck's and the dog's ass. And then the chicken gets mad because she was looking to get railed by both of them. And
That's true.
Grabs the handkerchief and gets mad at her and throws it back at her and calls her a hussy.
Race car drivers are so cool.
Oh, God.
Don't worry, I got it.
Oh, no. Oh, they're all horny. Oh, no. The dog and the rat are horny.
Get it. Fair and square.
No, I've got it. Here, I'd appreciate it if you kept this to yourself.
Excuse me.
Oh, God.
Hi, Chucky. I was going to see if you'd come to the soda shop with me after the qualifier tomorrow, but I didn't know that you were taken.
Oh, you mean Helen? Oh, she's just a friend. You know, she's like one of the guys. Right, Helen?
I wish I was joking about some of this.
And then she breaks out into song about how she wanted to get railed by Chuck, but Chuck will never notice her.
Yeah, then it's just a montage because Chuck is all enamored with this actual human woman. Groundbreaking, really. Like 10 years before Sonic.
That's true. That's true. Oh my God.
This sucks.
Uh-huh. Why won't the rat fuck me? I'm a chicken. This makes no sense.
I just want a rat and a dog to run a train on me. And they just won't notice.
And they also find out...
Why aren't we making Chuck E. Cheese OCs, Internet? Come on, get on it.
But
they real horny animal thing.
They find whatever his name is. I don't remember his name. But the prospector / the mechanic man.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Flash or something, I think?
Maybe he was the mechanic for Pasquale when Pasquale ran the Galaxy 5000 many aeons ago in the Italian 500, which was before the Galaxy 5000. And and he shows them Pasquale's piece of shit junker vehicle. And and they're like, "Wow, this is a real piece of shit." So then they take it upon themselves to illegally modify Pasquale's junker to add a bunch of nitros in it so it can hit Vega 2, which is the speed that the Germans go at.
Well, no, it can go Vega 3. They just...
Oh, it can, but they've never tested it.
Yeah. But they've never tested Vega 3. You don't want to go to Vega 3 without testing.
Yeah. And so they go to the big race. It's the big race. The one race where they get $50,000 if they win. The only race.
Yeah, they're like, how are we going to get it ready overnight? We only have one day before we've got to get into the race. Well, we'll do it. It's just a little bit of elbow grease. So they get it ready. And by that I mean throw it away and buy an entirely new vehicle because it doesn't have even the same profile lines or anything. They found some other 3D model to put into this movie.
They sure did. Yeah. And they're at the starting line. It goes 3, 2, 1. And all the other racers go off, and their spaceship race car won't start. So Jasper has to hotwire the car.
The dog, yes. Jasper the dog.
Who is also their ace mechanic / Star Fox Falco or something, because he's also their navigator.
I feel like he's more Falco. If we're gonna Star Fox this, he's the Falco, which is weird because Peppy exists. You'd think they'd be Peppy, though. But Munch is Slippy. He's definitely. I wish he was a Peppy because he's the dog, but he's definitely a Falco. Chuck E. Cheese himself is obviously Fox.
Yeah, I don't know who Peppy
Andros is. The Southern Plantation Man.
Yes, and Pasquale is Peppy.
Yes.
It makes sense. It's me,
it
all
Peppy.
Fits. Hey, a ravioli. That's Peppy.
Yeah, canonically Italian Peppy from Star Fox.
But the dog hotwires the car to get it started, electrifying him and turning him into a skeleton, like in Home Alone 2.
Uh-huh. And they take off.
Mm-hmm.
They race throughout all of Orion 3 or whatever they called this planet. And they end up in the final spot that they have to get through, which is Dead Man's Canyon. And
Classic.
They need to... The Germans have been trading paint with them the whole time, trying to knock them out of the race. And the Germans can't do it. So finally, they're like, fine, let's go. Let us throw in the juice. And then
Release the juice.
And they hit a button that releases a bunch of gas into their car. So they go... And so now they're... Yeah, you said hot boxing, but really they're juice boxing. And then they...
You say gas, but it's very clearly like
it's a vape,
or something.
Yeah,
they're vaping.
No, it's some smoke. Well, but that's a gas. Those are gases.
I know, but it's not like a green gas or a purple gas.
It is. It's very obviously. It looks exactly like smoke. It's just weed smoke. Yes, and they go to Vega 2. Very fucking high on this gas, which. Their Zoom juice is what it was. Yeah.
It's a Zoom gas. I'm tired of looking at this mouse's tailpipes.
Yeah. Here comes the juice.
Oh my god! They're getting high as shit!
Oh, juice!
Alright, Mousy.
Oh man, I remember this from Tank Girl.
Those are Lost Boys out to the sky!
Yeah.
And Chuck has his own gas, right?
He doesn't. He has to go to Vega 2.
No, but the gas he has is Munch's feet.
Yeah, Munch took off his socks, and so they're like, this is kind of like we have our own gas. It's really stinky. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Chuck gets really high off of Munch's feet. Yeah, and he crashes the fucking vehicle. Yeah.
Yes, he goes to Vega 2, crashes, and ends up last. Losing the race and this kid's farm. Oh, but that wasn't the real race.
Yeah, the big race is tomorrow.
A second race?
Yeah.
They just do this daily, I guess.
$50,000 a day to the winner. Yeah.
What the fuck? Because they lose this race, and the Germans are celebrating, and then they go, well, how are we going to win the race tomorrow? And you're like, wait, what race tomorrow? This was the race. This is the whole thing, guys. No, there's a race tomorrow, apparently. But meanwhile, the very real human woman realizes that, wait, these loser rat and dog and stuff, they're not real racers, and she didn't get all the way to Orion 3 to be railed by the second place people.
Or
she
last.
Came,
last. Yep.
Last? The worst. Yeah, she came for some champion dick. And so she goes over to the Germans and she stuffs her handkerchief into the cleavage of the one's leather crop top.
Yeah, but also Helen goes with them, right? Because Helen goes with them first, and then she goes after them after that scene.
I just had to mention that because I don't remember when it happens, and it's burned in my brain, so I needed to mention it sometime.
As much as you want to imagine her putting her used handkerchief doily,
she does that. I'm not imagining it. It happens. You made me watch it. I don't want to imagine it.
But before that scene, Helen, the chicken, is arm in arm with them at the bar where Chuck is getting drunk on his sorrows.
Yes.
The bar / robot cowboy hoedown dance floor.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, yeah, I was going to go
discotheque.
out with Chuck, but now I think I'm just going to let these two Germans fuck me. Go long, loser.
Hey, Mousy, look here.
Look here, we're about to fuck your chicken.
I guess you lucked out today, but tomorrow will be different.
Everybody in this movie's an animal fucker.
Maybe
What
you
the
could
fuck?
say that today's race separated the mice from the men.
Oh shit!
Yeah. I guess you're just
Wow.
stuck with a loser.
Yeah. You have to have sex with the human woman. We're not going to fuck this chicken, idiot.
No.
Yep. So she lets the two Germans take her back to their lair.
Yeah. Nope.
Where all of a sudden the plantation owner comes out and they go, "Oh, Dr. Zoom," and you're like, "Wait, that's Dr. Zoom, the one that they mentioned like twice as being the developer of their Zoom juice." I guess.
Yeah. And well, okay, so Helen is at their pad, and she's like trying to get information about how they're cheating, and they're very dumb. You see, so she's like, "Oh wow, how'd you get to Vega 2 anyway? What are you doing? How do you control that?" Ha 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 ha. It's like, "Oh yeah, Vega 2, that's cool and all, but you know we have a pad where we could fuck. We could go do that instead of talking about Vega 2." "Oh yeah, I really want to get railed by you, but also, how do you go fast? You're such a quick shooter."
She's looking for the fastest dick in the galaxy. Everybody wants it.
And then that's when they mention the Zoom juice. And she's like, "I knew you were cheating. I knew Zoom juice was the answer. I was trying to get you to say it on this tape I don't have that's not recording anything, and I have no evidence of you saying this."
I thought so. You guys are cheating. There is such a thing as Zoom guests.
No! Yeah! Yeah! No! No? Yeah! Yeah! No! No! Yeah! Yeah? No? No! Yeah! 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 No! No! No!
And then Dr. Zoom comes in and says, "Oh yeah, by the way, Zoom juice, it's when we kill a chicken and then distill it down to gas. So
Zoom juice. We turn it from chickens. Zoom juice. We huff the cock. Zoom juice." They do a whole song about getting high on Zoom juice.
We're gonna put you in jail.
It's one of a kind.
Oh my god, there's a song about their drugs.
That you're leaving behind.
Yeah. It sure is.
Tweedledum and Tweedledee. Just one squirt and you'll be flying like Hermes and Mercury. Just a squirt in your face. And you can win the race. Guaranteed first place. What if it makes mush of your brain? Would you rather have a high IQ and gobs of money
Oh my god. Zungas. Zungas.
Did this become a, like, dare program?
It's way gayer.
Be more than what you are. Why settle for less? Be famous. Be a star. Zungas. It's one of a kind. Zungas. The others will find Zungas. That you'll leave them behind. Guess the main ingredient? I doubt you could. It's extract of chicken and it's finger licking good. It's a blast. It'll make you go fast. Yes, yes, yes. It's one of a kind. The others will
You gonna murder that chicken and turn her into Zoom gas?
Yes?
Somehow, yes?
Peter, seize her.
And then his buff Germans are going to inhale her Zoom
my
gas?
dear, that I can't let you go. As the saying goes, loose lips sinks ships.
Because it very briefly goes, oh, well, you see, Zoom Juice, though, it's a drug, kids, and cheaters don't win, so it makes their brains mush. Anyway, let's go huff this chicken. And they throw the chicken in jail.
Let's go huff this chicken, because it turns us into champions.
Yes, but don't do drugs, kids, because it makes champions stupid.
So then it cuts back to Chuck, who has been dumped by his chicken girlfriend and his human girlfriend.
Yes.
And he decides to drunkenly drive off into the woods to see if he can do Vega 2 while drunk.
Yeah, he's just gonna vibe it out, I guess.
And he crashes.
Again.
Immediately while drunk driving. Yes. To which he wakes up to Pasquale in Obi-Wan gear being extremely Scottish. Italian Scottish.
Kind of dropping the Scottish a lot of the time. Hey, laddie, how you doing? It's me, a Pasquale, your Scottish friend.
I don't know if this is supposed to be actual Pasquale, just putting on a costume, or
I don't know if this
is
yeah.
Scottish. Like
I wasn't sure
Pasquale?
if it was a joke or that he kept on like dropping the accent and going back to Italian, or if it was just an accident, or
because later on Chuck calls him Pasquale. He's like, "Thanks, Pasquale," and then it cuts back to him as the hermit, and now he's just speaking Italian. So I'm like, was that Pasquale? I know it
but
was
he's
Pasquale.
trying to
I'm
say...
not stupid. I could see that was Pasquale, but did the movie know?
He's trying to say that he's like Pasquale's brother, his space Pasquale, the Scottish brother, but also maybe just actual Pasquale, and maybe that's the joke, but they never actually explain it.
No. And does Pasquale just own a like crystal ball television set? I guess.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
absolutely.
an Italian thing,
that's
so it makes
canonical.
sense, but
no, I'm pretty sure that's Scottish. Sorry, you're getting your heritages mixed up.
The one thing I know is it's PAL region, which means it's at 50 hertz, so it's not a very good crystal ball.
It's
for
worse.
gaming.
Yeah.
You don't want to game on that thing. Yeah. But anyway, Pasquale Obi-Wan, Scottish Pasquale Obi-Wan, teaches him the ways of realizing your true potential, which is a hidden secret about realizing your true potential.
That all Scottish Italians know.
And the way he does that is by torturing Chuck in a montage.
Yeah, by setting him on top of like a bunch of geysers, I guess.
Smoke.
There were rocks that shot flame.
Fire. Yeah, I guess.
So he's crisping up this rat anyway.
Yeah, Chris Pratt is our voice actor for that makes sense.
No.
Okay,
all right, you know what? All right, listen. If we could have... I'm not down for Chris Pratt Mario, but if you gave me
Chris Pratt
Pasquale,
yeah,
now that
Just
sounds like a Chris Pratt role.
Racist as Italian as Chris Pratt could get. I'm in.
If we could do a Chris Pratt Pasquale, I might be back in. Yeah.
So after Chuck gets tortured for hours on end and doing Scottish Obi-Wan Pasquale's chores, he learns how to realize his true potential or whatever, which he needs to be able to have the heightened senses that you need to navigate in Vega 2.
Yeah, this is when the big slug space Namek guy touches him and pulls out his true potential so that he can go out and... Don't worry about it.
But the main way he learns to realize his true potential is to sit in front of a disco ball laser light show and get really high off of ayahuasca.
Yeah.
Which causes his eyes to go, like, kaleidoscopy.
They do a lot of kaleidoscopy eyes in this. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of kaleidoscopy eyes, a lot of furry mascots bending over to pick up handkerchiefs.
A lot of huffing feet.
A lot of crop top, oiled up German guys.
Mm-hmm. It's a movie for a very particular person. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, children. So, anyways,
no, Atari man.
They go in a race, and this time he hits. The Germans try to hit Vega 2, but they don't have their Zoom juice, so instead they vomit, and somehow he manages to not just go Vega 2, but also Vega 3.
Vega 3, the faster potential. Because yeah. And at the same time, Helen is talking to some British bobbies who are also there on the planet for some reason.
Right. Yeah, they were the English cops. Yes.
But they don't speak English.
But they don't speak English because she has to tell them in sign language. Why was she not able to talk to them?
Well, you already mentioned it. They speak pig. They don't speak English. Yeah. But so she charades them about the Zoom Juice guy and Dr. Zoom. And the Bobbies go to arrest Dr. Zoom, who is watching the race after she had broken out of chicken jail by smacking Dr. Zoom on the head with a frying pan and releasing all of the chicken prisoners who are about to be murdered and turned into Zoom Juice to be huffed by the Germans.
Mm-hmm. Which is why they don't have Zoom Juice for the race.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Dr. Zoom is shown sitting on his front porch, sipping his mint julep, rocking in his chair as he watches the end race on Orion 3.
So Chuck enters Vega 3, specifically because he said, I can't do it, I can't realize my full potential, and then everybody just peer pressures him into doing it anyways, because it'll be cool.
Mm-hmm.
So then Chuck's like, yeah, you're right, peer pressure. I should just do something that is very dangerous.
For the farm and Jimmy.
For the
Jimmy's
tractor.
aunt and uncle. Yeah, let's get that tractor.
So then he goes into Vega 3, navigates around all the racers, and in a photo finish, just barely inches out the Germans.
Of course. Thank you for making me watch the Chuck E. Cheese in the Galaxy 5000.
You're welcome.
Oh, I also found out the kid's name is canonically Charlie Rocket.
Charlie Rocket. That makes no sense, but sure. Why not?
That's Chuck E. Cheese in the Galaxy 5000. We're done, right?
What a fucking anime. What an anime film.
It really is. I mean, it's all about realizing your inner potential. It's got the bullshit ass pull where Chuck E. Cheese gets a level up for no reason at the end.
The more I think about it, the more I think this is just Speed Racer with drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was short.
It was very short.
I think out of some of our children's films that we watched, Star Paws comes to mind. There was not a moment in this film where I was thinking, man, this is boring.
No. Yeah,
so
I will give you that.
It has that going, at the very least.
Yeah, no, this thing is... It is a tight 60 minutes. It, as you mentioned, it ends on, like, credits drop at 1 hour on the second, basically.
Yeah.
Like, it's unbelievable how exacted it is. It's like, it very much has the energy of, like, all of the people that are in the show sitting there, like, looking at their watches and going, like, okay, it's Friday, 5:29, 5:30. All right, clock out. See you later.
Yep.
That's the end of my contractual obligations.
I think we should rate the dog. So
we need to rate
Jasper,
the dog.
who is a hound dog, cowboy, navigator, mechanic, pilot, artist.
He has a good blues song there.
Jasper's the only one who tries to get the crew to not go to space, to get into a fucking pod race, and instead get a real job.
For some child that they don't know, so that he can maybe buy his aunt a tractor. We didn't back up any of this story. We have no idea. This kid's probably just walking away with that 50 grand.
Jasper is the voice of reason in this film, and also Falco. I would give Jasper a barrel roll out of 10. That's my rating.
I have to give Jasper a, like, probably somewhere around a, like, 9 out of 10.
Oh, wow.
He does... Whew. Yeah, he's pretty low. The thing is that listen, there's 2 chicks in this movie, one literal and one figurative, and neither of them want Jasper. That says something about him. Everybody in this movie, the Germans want everybody, the 2 chicks want everybody. Jasper doesn't get anything. Jasper's out.
Wow.
They know something that I don't. I feel like Jasper's just a 9 out of 10 dog.
Speaking of, should we rate the Germans?
He's losing to a rat. No, we're not rating any Germans.
We're not going to rate the Germans. I don't know.
I'm giving the Germans no. I'm going to crop out the end of this, just like their tops, and we're going to stop before we have to rate the oiled up leather crop top space Germans. Thank you.
All right. That's it for this episode, then.
You can always help us by... We do this at like 9 in the morning. This fucker wakes me up and just goes, get in the car. We're watching Charles Entertainment Cheese in a fucking pod race. You can help us on Patreon at Rough Cuts. You can go to our Twitter, Rough Cuts Cast, or our co-host at Rough Cuts. We'll put up some gifts and things from that. You can't do this to me, man. It's too early. Thanks, everybody. It was a lot of fun. I'll see you next week. Maybe. No, next week. We'll need to talk about that. I'm going to be doing a big charity stream next weekend, so I don't think that we're going to have to take a weekend off, but I'm going to be raising some money for Trans Lifeline.
Awesome. Yeah.
So I'll be doing
Definitely check out the charity.
Learn a lesson so true. There's danger in inhalants. They can break you in two. So never sniff inhalants. Breathing them is really no thrill. Don't you know inhalants really can kill? Don't do inhalants. You'll be suffering pain.